ignorant. They knew what he was saying. He said it here. He said in 3 days, he said that he would rise from the dead. Can you imagine what it must be like to be willingly, willfully deny the Lord Jesus Christ? Knowing the truth, but denying the truth. There's a lot of people that do that. Even though they've been brought up in a Christian home, or outside of a Christian home, and somehow they've seen a movie, or they've seen like The Great Passion or something like that, and they watch it and they're moved by it, but they don't make a commitment to Christ, yet they're going to be held responsible for watching that movie, for picking up the track, for having somebody witness to you on Christ. Nobody is without excuse when it comes to judgment and the denial of Jesus Christ. You're either accepting or you're rejecting. You're either for him or you're against him. And yet here these people are concerned with his resurrection. Check this out. Verse 63. And saying, Sir, remember, we remember when he was still alive that the deceiver said, after 3 days I will rise again. Verse 64. Therefore, because of this, command that the tomb be made secure until the 3rd day, lest his disciples come by night and steal him away and say to the people, he has risen from the dead. So the last, notice, deception will be worse than the first. Notice, they want to be secure. It might be that his disciples may come and take the body and spread rumors that he rose again from the dead. So they were concerned. They did believe that there was going to be a resurrection, but at the same time, they had to cover their tracks. By how? By blaming it on the disciples. The disciples don't even believe they're gone. They think everything's over. Hey, we're going back to work. Remember what happens? I don't want to get into my story, but remember, before the 40 days are over, after Jesus dies and rises from the dead, he goes to the Galilee after meeting with the women. And Peter and John see that nobody's there. They go back. And what do? They're fishing in the sea. They went back to their old trade. And the Lord standing on the shore and says, hey, you guys, have you caught anything? They said, no, we've been fishing all night and caught nothing. And the Lord says, well, take your net up, cast it on the other side. And as soon as they did it, 153 fish were caught. And they almost took down the boat.
153. Is that 5 months? What else is 5 months?
Yes, you meant solar. Jesus means solar. The sun in the night sky. You see, the celebration of the resurrection of Jesus should have been celebrated at Christmas, because on the 21st of December, the sun enters into the crux, or the crucifix, which is a
21st of December?
Sky. It is crucified at that point between 2 points of the year where there is no harvest anywhere on the planet. So the sun is crucified between the two thieves. As it is crucified, the world plunges into darkness, because we then follow with the 3 shortest days of the year, the 22nd, 23rd, and 24th of December.
The world plunges into darkness. Right after December 21st. Because for the next 3 days, it's the shortest sunlight of the year. 153 days, it's 5 months, right? Who's given power to hurt men for 5 months but not kill them? Anyone? Yeah, I kind of like the game Jeopardy. I never did before, but I kind of like it now. May 21st happens to land exactly 5 months after that. The fall of man. Isn't that what's going on right now? The fall of man? Isn't that what all last year was talked about? The winter is the fall of man. It's crazy, man, ain't it? It's absolutely crazy. Sticks and stones can break my bones, but names and king will never hurt me. You don't fear the man that can kill your body, even if they did kill your body. Obviously, you fear God who can destroy your body and soul. It's just curious. Why did they take the book of Enoch out of the Bible? Why did they take that book out? Apparently it's going to snow tomorrow. The sky's already getting set, prepared. Never read Enoch. Not once in my lifetime did I even read Enoch. I had no idea.
And when that is over, the sun is born between Sagittarius and Capricorn on Christmas Day in a manger between Sagittarius and Capricorn, the horse and the goat. The sun is resurrected after 3 days in the tomb. The sun ascends after 3 days of darkness. Jesus becomes the Christ after 3 hours of darkness. This is not just a coincidence. And for those who say it is, then why would you ignore God's message in such a way? And I can't. It moves into the hypothalamus. It sits in the tomb of the hypothalamus. It stays in there for 3 days.
Of Enoch, wherewith he blessed the elect and righteous, who will be living in the day of tribulation, when all the wicked and godless are to be removed. And he took up this parable and said,
He's going to be living in a day?
A righteous man, whose eyes were opened by God, saw the vision of the Holy One in the heavens. Which
what did he say?
The book of Enoch. The words of the blessing of Enoch, wherewith he blessed the elect and righteous, who will be living in the day of tribulation, when all the wicked and God...
We'll be living in a day of tribulation. That sounds crazy, doesn't it? Enoch's going to be living in a day of tribulation.
...are to be removed. And he took up this parable and said, Enoch, a righteous man, whose eyes were opened by God, saw the vision of the Holy One in the heavens, which the angels showed me. And from them I heard everything, and from them I understood as I saw. But not for this generation, but for a remote one which is for to come. Concerning the elect, I said, and took up my parable concerning them. The Holy Great One will come forth from his dwelling, and the eternal God will tread upon the earth, even on Mount Sinai, and appear from his camp, and appear in the strength of his might from the heaven of heavens. And all shall be smitten with fear, and the watchers shall quake, and great fear and trembling shall seize them unto the ends of the earth. And the high mountain shall be shaken, and the high hills shall be made low, and shall melt like wax before the flame. And the earth shall be wholly rent and sunder, and all that is upon the earth shall perish, and there shall be a judgment upon all men. But with the righteous he will make peace, and will protect the elect, and mercy shall be upon them, and they shall all...
So he'll protect the elect, huh? From what? From everything.
And I proceeded to where things were chaotic, and I saw there something horrible. I saw neither a heaven above nor a firmly founded earth, but a place chaotic and horrible. And there I saw 7 stars of the heaven bound together in it, like great mountains and burning with fire. Then I said, For what sin are they bound, and on what account have they been cast in hither? Then said Uriel, one of the holy angels, who was with me, and was chief over them, and said, Enoch, why dost thou ask, and why art thou eager for the truth? These are the number of the stars of heaven which have transgressed the commandment of the Lord, and are bound here till 10,000 years. The time entailed by their sins are consummated. And from thence I went to another place, which was still more horrible than the former, and I saw a horrible thing. A great fire there which burnt and blazed, and the place was cleft as far as the abyss, being full of great descending columns of fire. Neither its extent or magnitude could I see, nor could I conjecture. Then I said, How fearful is the place, and how terrible to look upon? Then Uriel answered me, one of the holy angels who was with me, and said unto me, Enoch, why hast thou such fear and affright? And I answered, Because of this fearful place, and because of the spectacle of the pain. And he said unto me, This place is the prison of the angels, and here they will be imprisoned forever. And thence I went to another place.
They're going to be in prison forever, huh?
To try and explore and weed through all the stuff that we hear to figure out what is it that's real, what do we really believe, what can we hang our hat on. And so this morning, I want us to, as we look at this portion of Scripture, I want us to think about finding the resurrected Jesus. Where is he? And how can we find him? And when we look at Mary and her search, I believe that there's some principles that we can apply to our own lives. It's easy to spend all of our time looking where Jesus is nowhere to be found. So we want to find the resurrected Jesus. First of all, notice in verse 1 that Mary went to the tomb looking for a dead Jesus and was surprised by the empty tomb. Mary just went
in the host of heaven. And the stars which roll over the fire are they which have transgressed the commandment of the Lord in the beginning of their rising, because they did not come forth at their appointed times. And he was wroth with them, and bound them till the time when their guilt should be consummated, even for 10,000 years. And Uriel said to me, Here shall stand the angels who have connected themselves with women, and their spirits, assuming many different forms, are defiling mankind, and shall lead them astray into sacrificing to demons as gods. Here shall they stand till the day of the great judgment, in which they shall be judged till they are made an end of. And the women also of the angels who went astray shall become sirens. And I, Enoch, alone saw the vision, and the end of all things, and no man shall see as I have seen. And these
What
are
was
the
that?
names of the holy angels who walk.
What did he just say?
Demons as gods. Here shall they stand till the day of the great judgment, in which they shall be judged till they are made an end of. And the women also of the angels who went astray shall become sirens. And I, Enoch, alone saw the vision, and the end of all things, and no man shall see as I have seen. And these are the names of the holy angels.
Well, I guess that's why they took the book out, right? Because apparently Enoch is the only one that sees the end. Yeah, I wish I would have read the book of Enoch a long time ago. That way I can understand who he is. But I guess it's purposed that way, right? It's purposed for the... Well, it even says it in the very last chapter, Revelations, that those that take away from this book, well, he's going to take away your name in the book of life. And anyone who adds to this book, well, he's going to add to you the plagues that are therein. So there's 7 years of tribulation. The ceremonial law, when they rejected the cornerstone, was on September the 25th, 2014. $1,290 days in the book of Daniel, where even Daniel was told to seal up the book until the end. So even Daniel didn't know fully, but he knew most of the seals. He knew most of the seals. $1,290 days is April 7th. Blessed is he who waits 1,335 days, which is the very end of May 21st. Of 2018, which happens to be 7 years since we were warned about Judgment Day beginning by someone who happened to know those first 5 seals. By someone who warned us that the end of the church age happened back in 1988, May 21st of 1988, which would be exactly 30 years coming up on this May 21st, the 30th year anniversary. These are just numbers. All these are just numbers. I throw numbers out there. People can twist them any way they want. And say whatever it is that they say about me. It's expected. If it wasn't said, then I guess I'd be doing something wrong. If I didn't have cigarette butts in my backyard, I guess I'd be doing something wrong then, huh? According to the law of God, I would be doing something wrong, not the law of man. I don't follow that law. So not only does May 21st, 2018, not only does it add up to exactly 7 years since we were warned about judgment that began on the entire world, where only the people that understand things spiritually and heard the warning hearkened to it. Not only is that 7-year period line up with May 21st at the very end, which is May 22nd at midnight, the full day, the entire day, 7 full years. Not only does that line up, but so does the time frame since the daily sacrifice was taken away. The cornerstone, Christ, representing Christ. Now, they didn't literally take Christ away, but they did a ceremonial law on that day, on September 25th of 2014. Blessed is he who waits 45 days later after April 7th, 2018. That lines up May 21st, 2018. December 21st. Every year, apparently. But when you start with last year, December 21st of 2017, and you add 5 months, because from that day on, it goes downhill. The darkness. 5 months later, lands on May 21st, 2018. Whether it's 2018, 2017, 16, 14, 15, whatever, from May 21st of any year, 5 months later, well, it's May 21st. Three times this date is confirmed. What's going to happen on May 21st, 2018? I don't know. I don't know. What I do know is, I do know how to do math. Okay. And I also know that a wicked and adulterous generation, they seeketh after signs, and they say, prove it. Prove it. Prove it. Prove that that I smoke cigarettes. Marlboro. Marlboro. Prove it. It's like when you know what 2 plus 2 is, You put 2 and 2 together, right? You come up with 4, obviously. This generation says, well, prove it. How did you come up with 4? Oh, because I took 2 and 2 and I added it together and it comes up to 4. Yeah, but prove it. Okay. You want me to take my calculator out and show you that it adds up to 4 when you put 2 and 2 together? The wrath of God is upon us. The wrath. He'll protect the elect. No matter what, the elect will be protected. So the wrath of God, I already know what that means. But a wicked and adulterous generation, they'll say, well, prove it. Prove what it means. Okay, I don't have to go to a dictionary and look up wrath and then look up God to know what the wrath of God is. I already know. How do I know? Because it's in my heart. It's in my soul. Everybody wants proof. Prove this, prove that. You're going to see. You're going to see the proof. I can't prove anything. I can't get anybody to believe me, and I never asked anybody to believe me. I just present, here you go. Here's what I'm presenting. Take it or leave it. Do what you want with it. It doesn't matter to me. I'm doing my job. I'm presenting evidence that seems to be very circumstantial. I could prove a lot of things in a court of law if it wasn't so corrupted. Just by circumstantial evidence alone. But this isn't that time frame where you can prove anything. You can't prove anything. You'll only get proof when you see it in front of your own eyes, and hopefully it's not too late. Just like when I read the Bible. I'll read things for the first time, and then I'll speak on it, how I feel about it, at that exact point in time, right then and there. And if I'm wrong, then I'll be corrected later. So I guess I need to say in every one of my videos, don't trust me, okay? Don't take my word for it. Search the matter out yourself. I'm starting to lose hope, actually, to be honest with you. I'm starting to lose hope for that 7 billion people. Because it doesn't look like it at all, right? I mean, it doesn't look like it at all. Let me just ask you. Let me just ask you, okay? And you know who I'm talking to. How would you feel if they did that to your family? Huh? How would you feel about that? I know how I feel about it. I feel sorry for the people that do it. I feel sorry for them. I pray for them. I pray for those that feel creepy inside. Because you know deep down, you feel creepy. You know you do. because the law of God is written on our hearts. Like, I remember when I was a criminal, I knew I was doing wrong. I knew it. I felt it. It always felt horrible, but I did it anyway. Whether it was for the excitement of stealing stuff or trying to get money for the items that you steal, or dress up your vehicle with the items that you stole. But I always felt like I was slapping God in his face. So when you're messing with God's elect, well, the only thing that God's elect can do is pray for those people and ask God to forgive them, the ones that know not what they do. And there's others that know exactly what they do. And it's going to be worse for you in the end, because you're going to wish that you were never born. For those that know the truth, you're hearing the truth, and you're rejecting the truth. Just like that guy said on the radio. I just happened to turn it on. There he is. It's AM radio. He just happened to talk about that 5-month period, and I happen to have another topic to talk about with those 5 months. Where do those 5 months line up at? That they were given power to hurt men, but not to kill them. Just to hurt them. Just to hurt them a little bit. You know, try to sting them here and there. Slandering someone's name is hurtful, isn't it? Or is it? It's only hurtful if it's true, because the truth hurts. Get ready. Get ready for war, everybody. Get ready for war. Get ready for the war that we're going to see on our television screen. I've been ready. Just waiting for it to happen. Repent, for the day of the Lord is at hand. To everybody who likes to and look